Woman was murdered after years of abuse from her husband several hours after he was released from jail. After calling 911 in a whisper saying that her husband was going to kill her, officers arrived at the scene and found her covered with bruises, and she said that he had strangled her the day before. They took her husband, Henry Stanley, into custody and placed an emergency order of protection. Probation reached out directly to the victim, who said it was all a misunderstanding, so they released him and lowered his order of protection so that they could see each other, even after the DA disagreed, saying his conduct was disturbing and poses a serious risk. Just 2 days after being released on a $30,000 bail, Megan Stanley's husband killed her several hours after he was released. As someone who is also in a domestic violence situation and also pressed charges on my ex-husband, I too actually dropped the charges because of the pressure I was getting from my ex and his family saying I was ruining his life and I needed to drop it and let things go. In my case, the DA made him go to domestic violence counseling, which literally did nothing, and I suffered years more of abuse. And I, to this day, wish that they had not dropped the charges for me and would have pressed them in my defense. The system is screwed up and something needs to change. If a victim calls and says, my husband wants to kill me, believe them. And know that if they do drop the charges, it's probably because they're actually scared for their safety. If you or someone you know is currently in a domestic violence situation, please call the National Domestic Violence Association and get support now. We don't want you to be another statistic.